Hey, y'all. So I'm over here on Kinlaig tonight, and I mean, you know how much I jump around with this stuff, right? But so just trying to get some idea of what we need to do here, and kind of the best way to go about it. And I feel like right now, at least for this moment, this is probably our best option. Um, I am starting to plow. Well, I plowed this field. This is the grass field. I plowed this under because I wanted to expand it some, but I also know it needed to be plowed and kind of fixed. So I did that. Now I got a roller. I financed this. I bought it from the store on a finance deal. I sold a bunch of stuff down in the yard, so the whole yard has changed now, and I'll show you guys that in a few minutes. Um, but that's just kind of the difference in the way I did things over there. And yeah, just guess that's where we're at. I guess that's where we're at the moment. This tractor's probably a little bit underpowered for this, but yeah, I mean it should handle it. I think it's enough to do it. It's just a little bit slow moving, which has been my issue with this tractor right from the very get-go of this series. I think I'm going to probably very shortly sell this tractor and buy something different. Kind of thinking about maybe doing a small John Deere or something like that. You can see the realistic weather is having a little effect here. We got a puddle in the low spot on the field here, and you'll see that from time to time all over the different areas of the fields, depending on you know the height of the field and like that. So last night we talked a little bit about, or I guess 2 nights ago, talked a little bit about the newest version of American Farmlands, and I showed you guys that map. I'm going to be kind of running a series on that as well as on this, because I feel like it's my favorite map. It's my map. I built it, so of course, it's going to be my favorite map to play. But I just feel like it's a good map, and I think more people should see it. And I'm hoping you guys will enjoy that. Now, if you hate it, just let me know, and we'll do something different. As always, right? Sorry, I gotta move the mic around just a little bit here. This is if it makes noise, I'm sorry. There we go. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on that stuff, and at least for now, I think that's the best solution. As far as this farm goes, we're into November now, and so it's time to start really kind of figuring out what we're going to do for the winter. And all of these fields that I plowed all need rolled. It's the only way we get the roll bonus if we roll them. So there's that. It's 2.5%, I think, bonus on the yield for rolling them. Plus it gets rid of those stones. Well, most of the stones. There's a few stones that are still sticking up, but not very many. So it should take care of most of the stones. And then we'll check it for lime, if it needs lime or not. And then we'll fertilize it. They don't need mulched because they didn't have anything to be mulched on them. Now we got a number of fields to do, so we just kind of work through them, I guess. As far as the overall direction of the map, I'm not really sure yet. I did take out the barn that had fermenting heaps in them, the bunker silos. I took that barn out because A, I don't use, whoops. Let's drive in the right line, Chris. I don't use those silos almost ever. I just don't ever use them. Not because I can't, because I just don't prefer them. So I tend to use a mixer or something. And there's a ton of them out there, right? There's so many mixers out on the Mod Hub and other places online that, you know, you can just find a mixer that works for you. And that's what I tend to do. So that's where I'm headed with that. That's my plan, long term. So by taking that out, you got rid of all that junk that I was worried about. We took out a couple of gates that I was tired of squeezing through, and we got a nice new paved area. So I put down another little small shed for some of our equipment, and we still got quite a bit of area to work with. So when the time comes that I do find a mixer, I will have a place for it. Or whatever else we figure out to put down there. I mean, it could be any number of things, right? So in the meantime, we got this, and I sold the cedar that we had on the farm. It was just it was just too freaking big. It had a power harrow on it and all that too, and I just didn't need that. And I was like, so okay, we're gonna get rid of it. So I got a Great Plains pull behind with also allows us to put fertilizer in it. So when we get ready to seed these fields, they'll already have their first fertilizer on them, because we're gonna go ahead and spread them with fertilizer. Which will mean getting a spreader for that, but that's okay, we've got money for that. And then we will use the other seeder and put fertilizer down as we're seeding, and that will give us 2 stages of fertilization. Now, I didn't think about this until just recently, but the downside to this whole thing is that I do have precision farming in here. So I think I'm actually going to need a 3rd step of fertilization, which means after the crop grows the first stage, we'll have to go in and spray it. And I didn't think that through before I put precision farming in here. But whatever, we'll work it out. It's not a big deal. It just adds to the workload. But listen, we only have 4 fields, so it's not like there's a huge workload. Anyway, this is going to be grass again, and the one down front where the cows were will be grass. So realistically, we only have 3 crop fields and 2 grass fields, I guess. Uh-oh, what do we hit? We hit something. Yeah, we did. Turn it! Watch this. This is the sneakiest way to do this. There we go. So basically only having the 3 crop fields, we should be okay. And we can do some things if we need more crops or we want to do something specific. I do have the field lease mod in here, so we could lease a bit of ground, use it for a season, and then give it back, and that would help us a lot. It would save us a lot of money having to buy land that we don't necessarily have the money to buy right now. But this field here, again, like I said, this is going to stay in grass. It's just I just wanted to plow it, lime it, fertilize it, and then replant it so that we get a really nice, good quality grass field up here. The reason for keeping it in grass I do want to put some cows in down there where I was talking about, and we may do that tonight. I don't know yet. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that this time around or not. I haven't really looked at what's available yet, and I want something that'll fit the map. It doesn't have to be like ultra modern or anything like that. I don't care if it's modern. All I care about is it's going to do what it's supposed to do and allow me to feed the cows. But I also want to be able to get milk out of it, and I also want to be able to get manure. So it has to do both those things, and if it won't do both those things, then it's of no use to us. All right. All right, let's take a look at this on the... Let's take a look at the farmland there. Okay, so we've got... So it's showing mulched already because the machine... I don't know why it does, actually, but it is showing mulched. And I know it wasn't. Because I didn't mulch it. We got a few stones still in here, but not very many. They took care of most of it. Water doesn't matter yet. So we're in good shape there. What did I just do? Precision farming is what I want to see. So this is silty clay. So this is not going to be a great field to begin with. It's going to be best for what we're going to use it for, I think. pH is not terrible. I'd like to see it a little higher, but it's not terrible. Yeah, the majority of it's 6 1/4. 6 1/4. That's not terrible. We can live with that. As far as fertilization goes, yeah, it needs fertilizer badly. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna spread some fertilizer on that. You can see all of the fields need fertilizer. This one doesn't even, it's not even registering anything, and I don't know why. Hold on, I guess it did after I saved it. Okay, so that one's gonna need fertilizer as well. They're all pretty decent pH wise, so I really can't complain too much about that. Oh, this nice little swath right in here of loam. Loam out here. Well, no, I guess it's loam on the edges. Sandy loam and like that. At least it's not all silty clay. Good lord. We got enough clay there to last a lifetime. Alright, so I guess what we're going to do is we're going to roll these. We're going to roll all these. Yes, we're going to roll all those. And then what we'll do is we'll come back with... That's weird. That field doesn't go up there, does it? Huh. Maybe it does. Huh. Anyway, we're gonna... Yeah, I guess it does. Now that I think about it, this is the back gate. We're gonna roll all these, and then we're gonna come back and we will put fertilizer on all of them. So we're gonna need to get some fertilizer, which we can get down at the store for now. Probably the easiest place to get it right now. I finally stopped the crazy bouncing around in my steering wheel, but I had to. It's really weird, you know. I use a Logitech G920, and I love the wheel. I use it in ATS and all that. But I had to turn on the centering spring for what's the word I'm looking for? The feedback, force feedback. And then I had to, in the software, and then I had to turn off the force feedback in the game to get it to stop bouncing around and doing this weird thing where it was banging on everything. It was weird. I don't know why it was doing it, but I didn't like it. So I shut it off for now. Anybody else had that problem with the Logitech wheel? Alright. There's another setting I need to fix here too, but something's going on with my cameras, and every time I switch, see how I'm back up here where I didn't want to be again. I don't know, it's weird. So the majority of this is going to be rolling tonight, and then some fertilizing, and we'll go from there. I don't know what else to do with it. I mean, it's got to all be done. So, you know. I would like to change these fields around a little bit so that they are, got more rounded corners. I don't like the square corners. Makes me crazy. Because see, if it was a round corner, I could just spin around the corner. But now I'm going to lose a little bit of the corner because you see, it didn't quite, you know, whatever. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Don't tell nobody. If you don't tell, I won't tell. Sun's starting to go down, and the weather's still really warm for being wintertime in the Scottish Highlands. I know, it was a terrible accent, sorry. I don't really... You know, it's funny because I have some Scottish heritage. Scottish, Welsh, and some Norwegian, Scandinavian. It's kind of a strange mix of things, but I can never do a Scottish accent to save my life. I don't know. It's just weird. It's probably because my ancestors hailed from that part of the world. Uh-oh, engine limp mode activated. What happened? We are losing power. We may have to get this repaired. Oh, I've got the other tractor over in the shop getting an inspection. Not really sure if it's ready yet or not. Like I said, I'm seriously thinking about selling this thing anyway. I don't really love this tractor, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh my God, you don't love the JCB," but I just don't. I just don't. We need something that's about 250 to 300 horse to replace it, just because that's, you know, the size implements we're using and such. I'm going to take one more swath off the end here, even though it's not set up that way. So we have room to turn around in the field. I like to keep my turns in the field. I don't really love to do turns outside the field. You know, I mean, everybody has their thing, but that's kind of my thing. Doing pretty good for being in limp mode, huh? I don't know what to say to that. I feel like it was already limping along before it went into limp mode. Oh gosh. Anyway. Seen a bunch of people, different content creators doing some really different things with this map. Everything from really um, basic gameplay with what was given to them, and without adding anything, to kind of crazy. Like, I see one particular creator that did remodeled it to be American style. Almost like, it's not American, dude, what are you doing? But I mean, I like what he did with it. It looks great. It's just, I thought it was pretty funny. I was like, wait. If you happen to know the creator I'm talking about, if you recognize what I'm talking about, if you've seen what he did with the map, then you know that that's kind of his thing. He does a lot of things that are different from a lot of other people. And that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that at all. After all, I mean, that's why there's so many of us out here doing this, right? Because we all do it differently, and it gives everybody the opportunity to kind of see it the way they want to see it. We're still limping. We're limping, we're limping. Although we're still pulling at the same speed and everything, so I just don't care. I'm just going to push it. We are running low on gas. Diesel. It's diesel, I'm sorry. For all you tractor folks, don't kill me over that. I didn't actually mean gas. Now, I know we still got these little patches in here, but I figure when we plant it, that should take care of that. The seeder should wipe those out, as long as it's direct seed. And if it doesn't, I don't really care. They're just little patches, and they'll be fine. Now, there is an argument to be made here that this might have been better if I picked the rocks up first and then rolled the field to get the bonus, but I don't really have a use for the rocks on this map. The stones. I mean, I guess I could put down a small production for making lime out of the rocks. I've got a couple of those kicking around in my mods. And maybe that's something I should consider for the next go-round. For now, I think we're just going to buy what we need and do it. Not really looking to make this like a, oh, it's doing everything itself. We're surviving self-sustainingly and all this. That's not what this map is about to me. I am enjoying this map though. It's a lot of fun, and I'll be honest. I'm looking forward to getting to a point where we can get through the first year and get to see all the farm established, so that we can start looking into the fishing and like that, and kind of play with that a little bit, get some experimenting going with that. I don't know, we'll take it a little bit at a time, I guess. If you, anybody, like any of you guys that are playing this on your own time, and then you're like, okay, I want to play this map, so now I'm going to do this, and this. I'd be kind of interested to hear what you're doing, what your game style is like. You know, kind of throw something in the comments. You know, tell me a little bit about how you're playing it. Are you keeping it kind of original, as Scottish as possible? Again, with the crappy accent. Or are you changing it up a lot? I guess I would just call it a UK farm at this point, right? Because it's, I mean, it is the Scottish Highlands according to Giants, but the reality is this could be any farm in many parts of the UK. I mean, realistically. So, I want to say this is the first really good UK map that I've seen Giants do. I mean, I'm trying to think, a few games back or something, maybe there's some, but even those were not great, not like this. This is the detail and level of engagement in this particular map is way beyond what I've seen with them in the past. Even in the modern maps, I really think they've taken a step up, and I'm hoping that that's a trend that they're going to stay with, because I think that's one of the things this game needs, is it needs the developer to really start to understand the player base. And while I think they understand the game, they're not always in touch with the players and what the players want for the game. I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion. I can't complain about what they've done with the game. I think they've done a great job with the game. Where they're taking it, or the direction they're headed, I think is good. I know there's always going to be people that are going to feel some other way about it, right? You're always going to find somebody that's going to say, well, I don't like that they did this, or I don't like that they did that, and that's true. That's okay. You know, we're gonna have those things. But I'm trying to look at it kind of from an overall perspective of what do I think is the long term. Are they are they at least headed down the right path? And I think they are. I think they're, but I think they need to stay focused, because we're starting to see the kind of that branch into what they got, that new motor racing simulator coming out before too long. And I heard there was something else they were going to be working on that kind of makes me nervous, because they're pulling people, unless they're expanding their teams to take care of those things and not pulling from the farm sim team. But if you start to pull away from your core, you can make a mess really fast. You could really screw the game up because you don't have the people or the whatever you need, you know. And that would be sad to see that happen. But again, I mean, I've been playing this stupid game since 2010. So my first version of FS was FS 11, and then wait, back up. Nope, that's not right. It was FS 13, and then I started playing right at the tail end of 11 when 13 first came out. So. But then I went back and played 11 because I was like, well, what's the previous version like? And so I've played 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 22, and now 25. The only one I don't have, and it's only because I can't find it, because I would like to have a full collection. I'm still looking for a copy of FS09, and I can't seem to find it anywhere. There's probably one out there somewhere if I dig deep enough. It might be eBay or something, I don't know. But see, again, now that would be hard too, because we're all on digital games now, right? We don't have we don't have disk drives and stuff anymore. We don't have CD drives anymore. So how do we, where do we go with that? You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's go on down here and see if we can do this one more field here, and then maybe we'll get to fertilize these three before we move on to the other two. Rolling, rolling, rolling. See, is it going to recognize it? Oh, finally. It didn't want to at first. When I first plowed it, it was like, nah, it's not a field. But I think it's because I hadn't saved the game yet. I think. I hope. Seems like. Oh my gosh, look at how strong that sign is. That held me back. That's the strongest sign I've ever seen in FS. We usually knock them over and leave them out in the road. What's up with that? Uh-oh. Wrong button. Sorry. That's crazy. That's gonna hit it again. Watch. Yep, I knew it. This is stupid. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fold it up for a second. Let's just fold it up for a second. This is what happens when there's too many things in the way. You get stuck on stuff that you didn't intend to get stuck on. There we go. I don't know, guys. I dusted off a lot of my live streaming stuff last night, and I look back. It's been almost 4 years since I did a live stream, and I was a little bit like, "What? I can't believe it's been that long." But I dusted off a lot of that stuff and was looking at it yesterday afternoon, and I'm thinking I may very well start looking at maybe doing some lives on either on YouTube or maybe back on Twitch, because I had a pretty good setup on Twitch and I really liked it. It won't stop the videos from being here. We'll still do recordings and put them over here on YouTube as well, because I really like doing the recordings for people to be able to watch whenever they have time, and that is one of the things that I think is the best feature of YouTube, is that you don't have to be here at 8 o'clock to watch it. You know, you can be here at 2 in the morning if you want. God knows, I'm often I don't sleep as much as a lot of people do, and I'm often up till 3 or 4 in the morning, and some of that time might be on YouTube or playing a game or those kind of things. Now I'm fairly lucky because my work is 95% freelance work, so it does allow me to kind of make a schedule that works for me, which not everybody has that, but that goes back to even more why I think it's kind of cool that you can come watch whenever you want, because if you've got a dedicated work schedule or something and you need to do something different, you know, you can make it work for you. Sorry, I don't know if that, excuse me, gurgling is coming over the mic or not. It's just my water bottle. Trying to drink a lot more water these days, and you know, everybody says it's more healthy. You gotta have all this water, and I don't know. I don't know if I feel like I'm underhydrated or not. I don't really feel like I am, but I'm trying to make a conscious effort not to be. You know, so it's one of those things. Like, you know, as somebody told me once, you know, caffeine is not great for you because it dehydrates you. Well, it may, but it's. In my case, I have ADHD, so the caffeine is really great for me. You know, I didn't find that out until just like about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. But I've always found that caffeine helped kind of settle me down and focus me. Oh, shut up. Keep going. Oh, boy. We're getting lights on the gauge now. Oh, boy. We're almost out of gas, too. Okay. We're gonna have to stop and go get fuel at least, or we're gonna run out. If you look over at the gauge, you'll see this part of this mod. You get lights that are coming on because of the issues with the tractor. It's kind of cool, actually. We've got a water temperature mod on. We've got a freaking light blinking at us for the limp mode and all that. This is kind of neat. Alright, let's get some petrol. So they call it in this part of the world, right? Petrol. We must get closer. That is not close enough. The hose is long, but it's not that long. Alright. Refuel. Start. So it'll take a minute. Let's go check on this tractor while that's doing that. It'll continue to fill over. Or it should. If it doesn't, I'll be like, what? Because it used to. No. I don't want it in there. I wanted this. Alright, let's see what it says. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Wrong. Okay. Fuel pump, critical fuel pressure, severe power loss, very high consumption, and frequent engine stalls. And that was what I was seeing. That's why I brought it over here. So it's going to cost us $1,788 to fix it. It is important majorly. Everything else is in good shape, and it won't need another inspection for 3 months after this. So let's go ahead and we'll hit repair. We want to use genuine parts because they're better, and it won't be done until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So it's going to have to sit there and get repaired. I mean, it's not terrible. It's a little more than I wanted to spend, and we didn't do the maintenance on it, but we'll do that at another point. And that'll be the New Holland back up back up and running. This one, for whatever reason, it's in limp mode, so it's probably something going on with it. But I can't put it in the shop until the other one's fixed. So we're just going to have to deal with it for tonight, or wait until morning and start again, which we could do. We could sleep and come out and start again. I think what we'll do is finish off this field with a roller, and then we'll hit the sleep trigger and take us till tomorrow morning. We can get some fertilizer. We don't need lime. We got pH is decent, so we'll just get some fertilizer on the 3 that we've already rolled. I think the tractor will hold out long enough to do this last little bit. Oh, what happened to our GPS lines? That's weird. That was odd. Okay. So if you're in the U.S., we got next week's going to be a short week because of the holiday, right? So for anybody who's celebrating, I don't know too many people. There's a lot of people who don't celebrate some holidays, but Thanksgiving is not usually one of them. Everybody I know loves to eat turkey and ham, so I am still going to do videos next week, though. I don't have, other than my regular work, and that's going to be kind of messed up too. My car is still in the shop. I'm still waiting for that to come out of the shop, so I haven't been working as much as I normally would, but I still have my evenings free for videos and that kind of thing, so not to worry. That shouldn't really affect anything. The only day I don't know what I'll be doing is Thanksgiving, and who knows, maybe I'll do a daytime stream on Thanksgiving. That'd be kind of fun. I don't know what time, everybody has different times what they eat at too, and like that, right? And we don't usually eat until like 4:30, 5 o'clock. We usually do an evening meal. So anyway, don't hold me to that. I can't 100% swear to that, but I'm just kind of thinking about I may try to do that and just see how it goes. I haven't done one so long that it'd be fun to try it, see what happens. I'll have to find a place to set the laptop up so I can see the comments. Listen, here's what happens. So you do this thing, right? So as a content creator, you go, okay, I need to have 27,000 monitors on my desk, right? So for years, I had 4 monitors on my desk at any given time. There were, one was the game, one was Discord, one was the streaming software, one was, I mean, so on and so forth, right? Well, then when I had stopped streaming for a while, I was like, I don't need all these monitors. I'm going to get one ultra wide. Well, that's great, except which you'll notice the format of my videos is that ultra wide format. The only downside to that is that when you decide to use your software again, you can't see it because it's hidden under the game because there's only space on the screen. Now I'm sure there's a way to section up the stream, or I mean the screen, into like a couple of panels. I mean it's big and wide and it could easily do it, but I just never have tried to figure it out. Someday I'll figure it out, maybe. In the meantime, I think I'm just going to try to pick up another monitor to add back into the setup. I don't know. It's just things I think about. I'm sitting here talking to you guys about this stuff because, well, I just sitting here farming and chatting away with you, and I hope that's okay with you. If it's not, you can let me know. Okay, so here's what I changed. You see I took that other barn out and I put this little shed in here. It opens up the yard quite a bit, and I don't know what we're going to do down here yet. We'll probably end up doing something different down here, but for right now we're going to park this, and we're going to run down to the house and we're going to sleep until morning. And then we can go down and we need to get a spreader and some fertilizer. So I don't think I have a spreader in here anywhere. I'll have to look. But for now, we're going to come over here and... Hi, Grandpa, go to bed. It's late. That guy, he never sleeps. Have you noticed that? He doesn't sleep. Okay, so we need... we're going to go to 9 o'clock because I want to be close to when that tractor's going to be done. I know. It's kind of manipulative on my part. Oh gosh, is that snow on the ground? Oh my good gosh. I think we got snow on the ground. Holy... No way. It's deep snow too. Look at how deep it is. Oh, good lord. I didn't know it did this overnight. And look how deep it is. So then we got a whole new problem now. We're gonna need some way to move this snow, because we can't function in the yard like this. So now, I guess the question is, let's look in the store and see what we got for snow equipment. Winter equipment. This guy works really good. This plow isn't bad, but plowing is kind of a nightmare. But I like the snow blower. And then we got the salt spreader. I think we're gonna lease this bad boy right here for a day, and so we can get cleaned up. And what am I gonna put it on? I'm putting on the limp mode machine. Oh gosh, no, I don't want to do that. What does it fit on? I think it's a 3-point, so it'd have to be a tractor. The other one's not done, it's still being repaired. Alright, well, we went ahead and leased it, so let's take the JCB down. This is really weird snow though, it feels weird. It's not like... And this could be part of the realistic weather mod that made this happen, because we do get blizzards in that mod. But now we're not going to be able to finish those fields because we can't see them. Well, this just took a really interesting turn, didn't it? Whoa! Oh, God! We're dying. We're dying. Shut up. That dude was honking his horn at me, as if I don't have enough problems. We're gonna drive on the edge. Oh boy, here comes a car. He's not gonna like me. Yow! Yes, I'm going down the middle of the road. Okay, let's go get the doohickeys, and we'll start out with this machine, and then when the other one's done with repairs, we'll swap over and put this in for repair. Here's a question for you guys. This okay, ready? Ooh, I knew it was like hitting a wall. Oh gosh. I wonder if I can. It's just so much snow. Here, let's try resetting it. So I wonder if we took. Where's the shop? Where am I? Shop is down here. Reset. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Answer. I know I cheated a little. If we took this building once this all gets released to the modders at some point, maybe next game. Building like this though, wouldn't it be nice to have like the actual being able to go inside the building to do your repairs and that kind of stuff? I'm surprised that Giants did not take that opportunity. The building is so large, but they just did not do what I thought they would do with it. That was on an accident. I'm trying to get the tractor to turn that direction. It got caught in those tracks and it didn't want to go where I needed it to go. There's an insane amount of, oh boy, this does not fit on here? Oh no. I thought it would. Where does it go on then? Now we're stuck. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. It went too far. Beautiful. So bad. I don't know what happened. It's not even. What is happening? It's not even doing the snow thing. Oh gosh. There we go. Let's get this up in the. Spin this puppy around. Yeah, I just thought it was a missed opportunity as far as that goes, because it's like all this space for these doors where you can go in and out, but we don't have, the triggers are still on the outside of the building. I was like, why would you do that? I don't know. It just seemed funny to me. This is just getting better and better by the moment. Why right at that one spot does it just stop working? Yeah, you know what we're doing. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. What's happening? Oh gosh. I can't get out of the dealership now. Alright guys, we're going to cheat just a little because I cannot deal with this at this moment. Just enough to get us out of the dealership. Yeah, we got 100 centimeters of snow according to the little help window over there. 100 centimeters. Good lord. That's a lot of snow. I think this is the real weather mod that gave us this much, because normally you wouldn't get this much in one snowstorm on a Giants map, but I suspect that's what happened. Must have had a blizzard hit us. I'll tell you, I didn't see it coming. Oh, the Christmas lights on the house over there. There's supposed to be a lot of cool stuff that comes up with the wintertime stuff now. Like, they've done a really good job with adding that stuff in, from what I understand. And I was a little surprised, because typically that's something more indicative of mod maps. Now you see why I prefer the snowblower to the plow. Again with the we're getting stuck thing. It's wonderful. Oh, I'm stuck. Well, guys, I guess this might be the end of this episode. Alright guys, well I think we're going to call it right here, and we will we'll come back, and once we get this kind of figured out, I will bring you guys back and show you some more, and go from there. Anyway, thanks for coming and witnessing yet another disaster with the Sim Asylum. Guys, I appreciate you coming and hanging out. I mean, don't forget to sub, like, and share if you can. If you don't like the video, go ahead and put a thumbs down if you want. It doesn't matter. It's still all interaction, so it's going to help. Any case, it's going to help out. So definitely come back and see me again. Share that video with anybody you think might like it, and we'll see you next time around. Take care, guys.